Welcome. So today's lesson is called the order of operations, or ew. No, it's not ew. This is awesome. You're going to love this. Okay, start with the first word, order. Order in the court. Order. No, it's not that kind of order. It means doing things in a specific order. First, second, third, fourth, etc. Okay, now what is operations? Oh, that's easy. That's when you go to a hospital and they yank out your appendix, or let's see, what else could they do? They could put a new piece of metal inside your kneecap. I don't know. No, it's not that kind of operation. Operations in math are just addition, things like that, subtraction, things like division and multiplication, etc. It goes on and on. So let's get back to the most important thing here. Today's lesson is about the order of operations. Oh, what you do first, second, third, fourth. Should you always do subtraction first? Is that always first? Or is it addition first? Or could it be, could it be multiplication first? Maybe multiplication second. I don't know. See, we need to have an order for all these things. That's what today's lesson is. All right, now here's a sentence. Let's read it. All right, right here I go. Let me read it to you. Hill ran up Jane, fetch H2O the 2. Oh, some. Sorry about that. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? If I read like that, it wouldn't make any sense. No, when we're reading words, we always, without fail, start on the left and go to the right. And believe it or not, some countries go the other way, but here in America, we're going to go left to right, always. And it makes sense. We have to put those words in order, a certain order, to make sense. But in math, it's sometimes different. Okay? In math, when we have a problem, for example, like 4 plus 3 times 6 minus 1, and we go to do this problem just like this from left to right, well, watch what happens. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 times the 6 then is 42. Now the 42 minus the 1 is 41, right? But that's not the right answer in math, because in math, we have to follow certain steps. We have to do certain steps, certain operations first. First, you have to do something called parentheses. Parentheses are these little guys. They're just little smooth, like parts of a circle, Just think of it like it's a circle, but you're just taking the part of it on the left and right, like that. That looks pretty cool. It looks like headphones, sort of. Okay, maybe not. All right, so parentheses are those guys. Now, if you see some numbers and operations in there, you want to do that first, always. That's like the first thing you do if you see that. Now, the next thing is brackets. What's a bracket? Well, brackets are they're kind of like parentheses, but they're squared off like this. They have 90-degree angles here. I'm trying to draw 90-degree angles like this. So if you see some junk in here, you got to do that first. Let's see. Let's say if we have 2 squared plus 6. So you'd want to do that first if you see that. Right after the parentheses, that is. I'm so sorry. And then next B is for braces. Now these are the things like on your teeth. So if you see someone smiling and you see braces on their mouth, you want to do those next. Okay, now not those kind of braces. Braces that look like this. They're really fancy braces. They're like the elegant ones. Look at this. Okay? If you see these in a math problem, you want to do what's ever inside there first. Okay? Parentheses, and then brackets, and then braces. Now, I just misspoke. I said you want to do everything inside the braces first. No. You want to do the parentheses first. That's one. Then you want to do the brackets if you see that next. And then any braces. Okay? Now, number 4. Parentheses, brackets, braces. Exponents. You remember what exponents are? Exponents. Exponents. That's like this. 2 is the base, and 4 would be the power. And what would that be? 8, right? No, not 8. I'm going to jump through this screen here and do not multiply those numbers. That means multiply 2 4 times. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. We got a lot of tutus there. That's funny. Okay, 2 times 2 is 4, right? So we replace that with 4. And this 4 times 2 is 8, and that 8 times 2 is 16. So exponents, like 2 to the 4th power, is just nothing more than 16. So that's the next thing you do. You look for that. Then after you're done looking for your exponents, you look around, you say, what do I do next? Well, the next one is either one thing or another. So you have to choose. It's either going to be multiplication, or division. Now notice I wrote them on top of each other because if I wrote them like this, we're using words, aren't we? If I wrote them multiply and then divide, you'd think, oh, always do multiplication first and then do division. No, I wrote them on top of each other because you don't necessarily know which one to do first. Well, guess what? This is the cool part. You do multiplication if it appears first. Or you do division if it appears first. For example, which one would you do first in this problem? 7 divided by 3.2 plus 1 times 9. Now, would you do the multiplication or the division first? Well, which one comes first from left to right like we're speaking? Isn't that crazy? Well, this one comes first. It's like, just like when we're talking, we're writing words like Jane up here. Whichever comes first from left to right. You do multiplication or division. Now we have addition and subtraction, and I'll bet you're smart enough to realize that addition and subtraction, I'm going to write it on top like this. We don't know which one to do first, do we? Sure you do. You just did it. What do? Well, you got to look at which one comes first from left to right. So if we have 5 minus 1 times 4 plus 6. Okay, which one are you going to do first? You're going to do the subtraction first because it appears first. Good? Okay. So you have just finished the order of operations. Let's just review this on the next slide. Here we got parentheses. These guys. We got brackets. They're squared off like that, 90-degree angles. We got the elegant braces. That's another B. B for braces. Then we got exponents. Little number up here. Then we have either multiplication or division. Whichever one. Don't think of that as a fraction, but it's just multiplication or division. Maybe I could get away with going like this. Maybe this would help you. Whichever comes first from left to right. And then we have addition or subtraction, whichever comes first from left to right. And a lot of people call this PEMDAS, P-E-M-D-A-S. But you know something? They're forgetting about the brackets and braces, aren't they? So I like to say PBBEMDAS. 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 You hear that rhythm? Okay, sorry. I'm digressing again. So why don't we try a little problem here? Ready? 6 plus 2 times 3 plus 4 squared. Okay, that's an expression, kids. Expressions, again, we learned this already, are nothing more than numbers with at least one operation. I see a bunch of numbers, do you? I do. And I see operations too. Multiply, add. So we have an expression here. But where's the equal sign? Well, there ain't one, is there? When we put an equal sign and then an answer, that's called an equation then. But we're not doing equations yet. We're just going to simplify this expression. That's how we're evaluate it. All right, so what do? We look to P. We have to P first. Oh, I didn't mean that way. But I guess you should P before you do things in life because it's rather uncomfortable doing things in life when you have to P. So P first. All right, so let's see here. P, parentheses. Do you see any parentheses? Nope, I don't see any. Cross it off. Do you see any brackets? No, I don't see any. Do you see any braces? Nope, none of those either. Do you see any exponents? Yes, I see one. So what do? Is you go like this. You circle that bad boy. Like that. And then you do that. What is 4 with a little 2 up there? If you say 8, it might hurt you. It is not 8. It's 4 times 4, which is 16. Now, I know you don't like doing this, but you're going to like it when we're done. You just got to bring all this garbage straight down. That's right. All down. You don't get to skip steps. You don't get to go, I know what to do next, though. I can do it all. I can do this in my head. Yeah. Like everyone says. Okay, here we go. Next thing. So we P'd, we bracket, braces. Do we have any more exponents? No, so we scratch it off. Now, we have any multiplication or division? Yes, I see multiplication, but no division. and you're going to circle it. Hey, yo, I'm going to do you next. Oh, thank you. 2 times 3 is a total of 6. You put the answer down, then you bring all the other garbage down. Do not skip steps. He who skips steps, or she who skips steps, or anyone who skips steps will make mistakes. And then sadness comes, and then tears. Okay, so moving on. What do we do next? Well, we have done our multiplication. There's no division. We have addition or subtraction. Well, we ain't got no subtraction, so we just got to add. Do you always have to add in order? Do you have to go from left to right? Or can you bounce around a little bit? That's right. You can always bounce around with addition. You know that. And addition is commutative. That means you can go back and forth, move stuff around. All right, so we got 6 plus 6 plus 16. Well, don't know about you, but I would always go like this first because that's 12, and I can add 12 and 16 easily in my head and get 28. So this expression up here, 28. Good? We just follow the rules. P-b-bem-das. P-b-bem-das. All right. For a hard one? Let's see if you can do this with me. Write this down on paper. 7. Got it? Plus, oh boy, watch this. 4 minus, oh boy, here it comes. 1 plus 3. Okay. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something fancy. I'm going to put some brackets here. Oh boy. Times 3 squared. Brackets divided by 10. A lot in there, isn't it? But it's really easy and it's fun. You really get used to it. I promise you're going to love this. You're like, give me more, give me more. No, you won't do that. Okay. P-b-em-das. P-b-em-das. P-b-em. Remember, it's multiplication or division, whichever comes first from left to right. All right, let's start with the parentheses. Ready? Got any parentheses in there? I do. I got parentheses, so I'm going to go circle that. There's my parentheses. Now, I see minus and plus in there. Which one do you do first? Well, you do whichever one comes first from left to right. Addition or subtraction. So we're going to do subtraction first. So that becomes 3. And then 3 plus 3 is 6. So all that is gone. And we put 6 down. Now, we're not done with these brackets, are we? Because we still have some more garbage in here, don't we? So you get to get rid of the parentheses because we're done with the parentheses, but you do not get rid of the brackets yet. So you got to bring this other stuff down like this, okay? Divided by 10. And I forgot something, didn't I? You thought I forgot it. I didn't forget it. All right, now, we go back to p-b-em-das. Are there any more parentheses in this problem? No, we scratch out the p. We have done our p-ing. Now, do we do any brackets? Yes, we have brackets here still, see? So circle the brackets or circle what's inside them. Now, wait a second. I got a question for you. What do you think you should do? I see 6 times 3 squared. Do you think you should do the 3 squared first or 6 times 3 squared? Well, guess what? You just come over to your little cheat sheet here and say what comes first, multiplication or exponents? Exponents. Oh, so we have to do the 3 squared first. So that's 9, right? 9. Then we multiply it by 6 and we get 54. So inside these brackets is 54. We figured it out, what's inside the brackets. So we don't need them anymore. Later, goodbye brackets. All right, now bring all the other garbage down. Divide by 10. Okay, here we go. Now, we've done our p-ing. We've done our brackets. We've done our braces. Exponents, we've done our exponents. We have again multiplication and division. Multiplication and division. I see one. 54 divided by 10. Yes. Oh my gosh. 10's our friend, remember? Powers of 10 are 2. Do you remember the little tune? Powers of 10 are your friend. Like 10, 100, 1,000. You can multiply or divide decimals by powers of 10 in your head. Now, wait a second. That's not a decimal, 54, isn't it? 54 is no decimal. Yeah, but we can put one there, can't we? It doesn't change 54. It's just 54 with a little decimal at the end. So, what do? What do we do with the decimal when we're divided by 10? So it's that powers of 10 song. Okay, then it goes, so what do I do? Multiply deci, right? We're multiplying? No. Divide deci left. That means decimal is going to go to the left because we're dividing, right? But how far should it go? Just count up the zeros. How many zeros do you have here, guys? One. We have 1 0, so that means we move decimal place to left 1 place. So now we have 5.4. So we've done our division, 54 divided by 10. We got 5.4. But we have a 7 over here, don't we? Plus. Now we have to add 7 and 5.4. Let's see. 5.4 plus 7. Is this right? Do I have it right? No, I do not, do I? I do not have it right. How do I know what to do when I'm adding? I got a whole number and a... Oh, boy, this is confuzzling. No, it's not. When adding and subtracting decimals, just line up the dots. Well, there ain't no dot on the number 7 there, Mr. Connor. Well, we can put one after that, can't we? If we wanted, because it doesn't change the value, does it? 7 with a little dot at the end still means 7. Put the dot in the front, that means something completely different. So where can we put the 7? Well, when adding and subtracting decimals, just line up the dots. Hey, that's where that little dot was, wasn't it? And if you feel like it, you can put a 0 there. Because 7 is the same as 7.0, right? Just looks different. Now, what do we have to do to these guys? We have to add them. So 0 plus fo is fo. When adding and subtracting decimals, just line up the dots. See how I'm lining them all up like that? Just line those babies up. And now 7 to 5 is 12. 12.4. And let's show off a little bit here. How do you say 12.4? Let's say 12.4 is 12 and 4 tenths. Oh, I like the way you said that. You said tenths. That's right, you got to get that out. 12 and 4 tenths. So can you believe all this garbage we started with up here is the same as writing this? Isn't that funny? It's crazy how that works. But cool, I think. Hey, you want to try another one? Oh, great. Hey guys, have you ever seen that show when you were a kid? Maybe I'm showing my age here. It was called Blue's Clues. The guy said, "You just got a letter. You just got a letter. You just got a problem. Let's figure it out." I was kind of wishing he'd always say that instead of, wonder who it's from. So anyway, here we go. You just got a problem. I wonder what the answer is. All right, so let's start off our little list. We always have to P first. P-b-bam-das. Digadendon, digadendon, pa-ba-bum-das. Remember the M and D, whichever comes first from left to right. Or the addition or subtraction, same thing. So let's see here. It's time to P first. Any parentheses? Any parentheses? I see some parentheses. So we got some here, and we got some here. Great, we can do these. All right, let's do 4 plus 3 minus 2. Well, should we add 4 plus 3 first, or do the 3 minus 2? Well, our addition and subtraction rule says do whichever comes first from left to right. So that would be 7, wouldn't it? So this could be replaced with the number 7. And then minus 2 is 5. Wasn't that easy? We just took that whole bit of garbage there. Now wait, do I need the parentheses still? No, I did what's in the parentheses. They're gone now. Okay, I'm going to bring down my times sign. Now I'm going to do this guy up here. Actually, I shouldn't bring the times sign down yet. I don't want you to do that yet. Okay, so what do we do first? Do we do 3 cubed first and then divide by 3? Or do we do... which one? Oh, that's right. We come over to our order of operations. Here we go. Okay. Do we do exponents or division first? Let's see. Exponent. Where's exponent? Oh, there's exponents. And then there's division. So we got to do the exponent first. Nice little list to have over here, isn't it? PEMDAS. Okay. So 3 to the third power, 3 cubed, is 3 times 3 is 9, right? No! It's not 9. Do not multiply those. It's 3 multiplied 3 times. It's the big number multiplied by itself for a total of 3 times. It's like the little guy saying, "Hey," telling the big guy what to do. "You big guy." "What? Don't pick on me." Okay, so 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 times 3 is 27, isn't it, mate? Or is that British accent? Oh, nonetheless, it's bad. Okay, so we got 27. So 3 cubed here is 27. Okay, and we can do 27 divided by 3. That is easy. That's 9 in America. Okay, now we got a 9. Now, are we done with the brackets? up here? No, we still got junk in here, don't we? Okay, so let's keep our junk in there like that. Keep it in there. Now I got this, I got this. Now, what do we do? Oh, look at all this stuff. Well, are we done peeing? Yes, we've done all the peas. No more parentheses. We have any brackets in here, kids? Yes, we do. We have a bracket. I see a set of brackets. We're going to circle that bracket. Circle this. And that's 5 times 9. You know what to do there. That's 45, right? 45. Now, can we get rid of the brackets? Yep. Why? Because we're done with them. We have done everything inside of them. Done everything. It's gone. Okay, bring down the rest of the garbage. Now, 16 plus 45. That's easy. Well, here's a quick way to do it in your head. Maybe it'll help you. Break it up. Go 45 plus 16. You can think of it like this. Well, let's do 45 plus this guy, this 1. And that's really 10, isn't it? Because you're smart. You know that. 45 plus 10 is 55. 55. Oh, but now you got the 6 also. 55 plus 6 is city 1. Isn't that cool? We evaluate that expression. Now, a really cool way to think about expressions is to think about them as being formulas. Like, what's the formula for figuring out a certain kind of chemical? What do you have to do? What kind of chemicals do you need to put together to make something like Clorox or, I don't know, some sort of chemical that you'd use to clean your driveway, maybe? Okay, that's weird. Anyway, that's what expressions are. They're like the formula. It's like the directions to find the answer. And we follow a set of rules, and we can't mess up. Your biggest mistakes will come when you get a little bit too confident and you start skipping steps. You're like, oh, I can do these 2 steps together. Or I don't need to write PBMDAS down. Hey, you got to write it down. If you don't write it down, I'm going to make you do it. I come to your house and I say, hey, you got to do it. Okay, now how should I put multiplication, division here? I'll maybe underline them. And then addition, subtraction. And underline those. Okay, good. So, are you ready to do another one? You just got a problem. You just got a problem. You just got a problem. Use PBMDAS. Okay, I just made that up. That was really bad. Before I continue, there's something I failed to make mention of. Do you see anything weird about these 2 expressions here? Uh-oh, that's my bedtime. I've been having so much fun here. It is 10 o'clock p.m. Oh, no. Okay, we can finish this up, though. Here we go. So do you see anything weird about this? I see something really weird. Okay, I see a 3. Okay, then I see a parenthesis. Wait a minute. There ain't nothing in between the 3 and the parenthesis or the 4. I see 4 plus 1. That's easy. But I got a 3 out there just sitting there. Same over here. Got a 6 just sitting out here. What is going on? Okay, here's what's going on. The math people, whoever makes up all the rules for math, and I think they're actually very much dead and gone by now, they decided in their meetings of the minds that whenever we want to write the multiplication sign to the left of a parenthesis, like this, they said, hey guys, let's just make up a new rule. I'm sick of writing that multiplication sign there. Can we just agree that it's there? What do you mean, agree that it's there? I don't know. Anytime we have a number and then we have a parenthesis, let's just pretend that there's a multiplication sign in there, okay? Can we do that? We'll use less ink, less paper. It would be good for the environment, right? Okay. So they decided that. They said, when you see a number to the left of a parenthesis, or to the left of a bracket, or to the left of a brace, like that, you've got to remember, that's right, don't blame me for this, that there's a multiplication sign in there. You got to remember that. So you got to stick a multiplication sign in there. You can't forget. Got it? Is it on the right side, though? Let's see. What if we have 3... parenthesis 4 plus 5 minus 1, and then you have a 7 over here. Well, guess what? This is called a mistake. You can't have a number to the right of a parenthesis without any operation between it, like this, and you have the 7. You don't put anything. You got to have something in there, in other words. This rule does not apply to the guys on the right. No, just the left. just the left. Okay, so let's go find our new problem here. You just got a problem. You just got a problem. Got a problem. And here it comes. All right, I'm gonna pick the color. I don't know what this color is. Pink, maybe. Okay, 7. Got it. Parenthesis. Oh, I'm not gonna mess with you, am I? 3. Get ready. Times 4 divided by 2 squared plus, oh boy, 2 parenthesis 3 to the third power, which is 3 cubed. Get ready, times 4. All right, that is an expression. It looks really difficult, but it is not. That's the cool part. Follow the rules, and you will do well. Here we go. P-b-bemdas. P-b, brackets, braces, exponents, multiplication or division, whichever comes first from left to right, and addition and subtraction, whichever comes first from left to right. Now, the first thing I want you to remember to do is to look at the whole problem. Boy, that's not a bad idea, is it? Look at the whole problem. Just have a look at the problem. See if you see anything weird. See anything weird? Yes. So always start with look at the whole problem. What are you going to do? Look at the whole thing. It's kind of like word problems. Remember, I always tell you, what do I tell you with a word problem? Read the whole thing first, right? From beginning to end first. Same idea here. There we go. Oops. Sorry. I hit the wrong button there. So when you look at the whole problem, something should pop out at you, and you're going to he was right. I do see something pop out. There's no, that's that little trick that these mathematicians played on us. They think we stupid, we're going to forget. No, I know you won't forget. You're geniuses. So put that multiplication sign in there first. Do that first. Got to do it first. Okay. Now we get to go over here. Now, next thing we have to do is P. All right. P-b-bem-das. P. Do you see any parentheses? I sure do. I see all of this in parentheses. And I see all of this. So circle it. Give it a circle. Now let's do this one first on the left here. I see 3 times 4 divided by 2 squared. Okay. Ugh. Now we got to use the order of operations for what's inside the parentheses, okay? What comes first? Multiplication, division, or exponents? Well, look over here at your list. And this guy right here. What comes first? Is it multiplication? Well, there's multiplication here. Then there's division also. Here's the division. Then we have exponents. That's up here. Oh, exponents first. Okay, so what is 2 squared? That's 4, right? There's 4. Now, this was division sign, right? Okay, good. Just want to make sure I remember that correctly. Now we have 4. Now we have 3 times 4 divided by 4. Now, we're not done with our parentheses, so let's just go like that. I don't do too many steps at once, kids. Just one at a time. Now, don't forget the 7 over here. And then we're going to go like this 2 times. And we're going to go, all right, let's see if we can solve this. 3 cubed. You better not say 9, but you better say 3 times 3 times 3, which is 3 times 3 is 9 times 3 is 27. So now we're going to have 27 times 4. Now, look, I'm going to put this in parentheses because doing all this at once is just asking for trouble. One mistake, and you're done. That's all it takes. All right, so am I done peeing? No, I still have to continue with the P. Parentheses. Now, what do I do here first? I got multiplication and division. Oh, you do whichever comes first from left to right. So let's circle this parentheses. Let's do this one. All right, so it looks like I have to do the multiplication first. That's 12. And because this is really easy, I can do it here. And then divide that by 4, you get 3. Now, I'm done with the parentheses, aren't I? I've done everything inside them. So I don't need them anymore. Oh, jeezo. Bezo, that's a 3. I need help writing. But what you don't want to do is to forget about this guy up here. You want to bring everything straight down. Don't forget about the plus sign. Now, you got a 2. You got a times. Now, you got another set of parentheses. Let's circle this one. This is next. 27 times 4. Well, let's see. Let's use our brain, okay? 4 times 27. Well, what is 4 times the 2? It's really not 2, is it? It's 4 times 20, isn't it? So that's 80. And what you do is you say it in your head 5 times. 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80. I think it was 5. And then you do, hey, Mr. Seven's over here. He's like, what about me? Oh, okay. What's 4 times 7? 28. And what was that number I said to say it 5 times over and over and over? I said to say what? 80. 80 plus 28. Just think in your mind. 80, that's 100, and that is 8. 108. See, you just did that in your head. So I just figured out this is 108. I can get rid of the parentheses. I'm done with them. Cool. All right, so look at my problem here. I've got 7 times 3 plus 2 times 108. All right, so order of operations. Let's see. Oh, multiplication comes before addition, right? So I'll do this guy first. What is that? That's 21. Bring everything else straight down. I know, you're like, I want to skip that step. Okay, what comes next? Do we add first or do we multiply first? We multiply first. Yeah. Everyone's used to reading from left to right, you know? And it's just so funny how you'll do all this stuff up here right. All this will be right. And you'll get down here to 21 plus 2 times 108. And you'll go like this. Oh, yeah, I'll do this first because that's how you do things left to right, right? No. Just be careful. Okay, 2 times 108. You know what that is. Well, isn't 2 times the 1 really 100? Okay, what is 2 times 100? It's 200. So say it 5 times in your head. 200, 200, 200, 200, 200. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 5 of them. Okay, now what about the 8? He's like, hey, what about me? 2 times 8 is 16. So what was that other number? The other number was 200. Now we have 16. 216. Now we can add that to 21. And that shouldn't be too hard. Let's just line them up here. You can do that in our head too, I'm sure. You get 237. That was your answer. And that concludes our lesson for today. I hope you've had a wonderful time learning about PEMDAS and how it's not like reading from left to right all the time like we do in books. But sometimes we have to jump around, as we have seen up here. Look at all that jumping around. Okay? Happy. I'm not sure what to say after that. Oh, I know what to say. It's 10:09. Good night.